once again, I'm coming to you live, as always, right from my domain. I'm coming to you because I want to talk about the great celebration that's coming up. Starting real soon. Such a great celebration that it lasts for 7 days. Kind of make you think about the Feast of Weeks. But I want to first give honor to Anu Elohim El. Anu Elohim El, the All. Second, it is a great honor and privilege to be here, to be able to present to you and speak with you about the great celebration that's getting ready to begin. It's a privilege to celebrate it with my family and friends, queens, my kings, my princes and princes, my brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters are white. But this is a great annual celebration. It's a celebration of African culture and heritage given to us to keep and remembrance. To keep us in remembrance. To keep us in remembrance of who we are and what our purpose is to be as an African people here in America. I want to also give thanks and honor to the African leaders that are here in Sierra Vista. The ones who will be going out to pursue, hopefully, that which will be not only beneficial to them and their family, but to us, all of us, as one family, as one community, as one people. Now, let's talk about Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa was created during a time of social uprising against racism, and it was to reestablish. And I want to make that point once again. I wanted to stick in your head. It was to reestablish community and to enlighten Africans here in America of the African culture, of their African culture, our African culture. Kwanzaa is based on 7 principles that are reaffirming during a celebration that are practiced all year long. Now, the purpose of the holiday is to celebrate African culture and heritage right here in America where we are. Kwanzaa is not a religious holiday, but it does have religious aspects to it. The holiday is based on principles, the principle of Umoja. Umoja, which means unity. But I'm not here to talk to you about Umoja, which is unity, because you hear me speak about unity all the time and how much we need it. But I want to talk about the third principle that's in the Kwanzaa. That third principle that's usually served on the third day is the principle of Ujima. Ujima is collective work and responsibility. Ujima means to build and maintain. That's what it is. Ujima. It's collective work. So that we could build and maintain an African community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems, and to solve them together, which is commitment. Commitment to form togetherness on matters of common interest. It's also recognition and respect for the fact that without collective work, without struggle, progress is impossible and liberation unthinkable. Moreover, the principle of Ujima supports the fundamental assumption that being African is not just an identity, but also a destiny and a duty, a responsibility. In other words, our collective identity in the long run is a collective future. Thus, there is a need and an obligation for us as self-conscious and committed people to share our future with our minds and our hands, and share its hardship and benefits together. Ujima, as a principle and practice, also means that we accept the fact that we are collectively responsible for our failures and setbacks, as well as our victories and achievements. And this holds true not only in the national level, but also in the level of family and organizations or smaller units. Such commitment implies and encourages a strong, healthy capacity for self-criticism and self-correction, which is indispensable to our strength, to our defense, and the development as a people. African freedom is indispensable. The principle of collective work and responsibility also points to the fact that African freedom is indispensable. It shelters the assumption that as long as any African anywhere is oppressed, exploited, enslaved, or wounded in any way of her or his humanity, that all African people are also. It thrusts, rejects the possibility or desirability of individual freedom in any unfree content. Instead, it poses the need for struggle to create a content in which all can be free. Moreover, Ujima rejects a person who seeks distraction and relief from unpleasant realities, especially in the form of entertainment or fantasy. Ujima supports African-centric that begins with commitment to and concern for the Africans among whom we live and to whom we owe our existence, our own people. In a word, real African-centric beings, with accepting one's own quality or state of being African or having African origin in particular form in which it expresses itself, and then imitating and sustaining, exchanging with others in the content of our common quality or state of being African or of having African origins. It also poets that the liberation struggle to rescue and to reconstruct African history and African-centric is a significant contribution to overall struggle for human liberation. I'm going to end it with this. Active cooperation. Cooperation is another key aspect of Ujima. It is based on the assumption that what one does to benefit others is at the same time a benefit to him or her. Likewise, one who injures others in the end injures himself or herself. Kind of like the Ladue community in South Africa, where children are taught not to be aggressive or competitive, but to be cooperative and share responsibility as a fundamental moral obligation. Even their language reflects the cooperative thrust. A child, in asking for something, says, "Give me also," even though he or she is the only one asking. For she or he is recognizing that she or he is not, nor should be, the only one being given something. On the contrary, all things of value are to be shared as a common good. And that's the way it's to be with us. The lesson of Ladue is that harmonious living is more important than anything else. Supreme importance. And I'll leave y'all with that thought. Thrust being quarrelsome or contentious is one of the worstest offenses that we can have in striving for unconcrete or free or is the model of behavior. Reconciliation of conflict is patient, and it is always done keeping the person in mind. The fundamental object is conflict. It's not mechanically applied to the rule, but to reconcile the people. For they believe that if people do not agree, there can be no relationship. And if they have to be concrete, there can be no genuine agreement. In such contents, collective work and responsibility is facilitated and sustained. I end it saying that the challenge of culture and history, the final collective work and responsibility can be seen in terms of challenge of culture and challenge of history. Work both personally and collectively, is truly at the center of history and culture. It is the fundamental activity by which we create ourselves, define and develop ourselves, and confirm ourselves in the process as both persons and people. And it is the way we create culture and make history. It is for this reason, and I ask you to understand, it is for this reason, among others, that the Holocaust of enslavement was so macerated. For not only did it destroy tens of millions of lives, which is morally monstrous in itself, but it also destroyed great cultural achievements, limited human possibilities Africa offered to the world. In fact, the effects of this Holocaust are present even today, both in terms of problems of the African continent and those of the diaspora. So the challenge of history and culture then is through collective work and responsibility to restore that which was damaged or destroyed, and to raise up and reconstruct that which was in ruins, as the ancient Egyptians taught. It is also to remember that we are each culturally representatives of our people, and have no right to misrepresent them or willfully do less than is demanded of us by our history and our current situation. The principle of shared or collective work and responsibility is in all things good, right, and beneficial to the community. It is also recognition and respect for the fact that without collective work and struggle, progress is impossible and liberation unthinkable. And I thank you for taking the time to listen. Have a great day. Celebrate the holiday. Celebrate this great day with your families and friends. And every day, practice that principle. And after you practice that principle every day, practice it every day for 365 days a year. And watch how much we change as a people and how far we go as a collective people. Hey, peace and one love. This is Elijah X once again from the Queens and Kings of Africa. I want to thank you for joining in. The Queens and Kings of Africa is brought to you by the African People of Love. We're one organization united. We have many different branches, and they're looking to open up more branches all across the world. We're global wide. So if you feel like you're ready to do a new thing and be united with your brothers and your sisters, your queens and kings of Africa, then please look us up. Look us up on the web. You can find us at www.africanpeopleoflove.org. Yes, look us up. Fill out a form that you want to be a member. Get in touch with us. Call us if you have questions so that we can answer for you. But know this,